Hey, did you guys see this? This Beech Baron landing on I-95 near Merritt Island, Florida, just around sunset. You can see the Baron begin to come into the screen view here. He's going to do a forced landing and land basically right on top of this Toyota. I believe it's a Camry. Gears down, flaps down. Props appear to still be turning or windmilling. Settles right down on the back of that car. And everybody gets out with minor injuries in the car and no injuries in the aircraft. What's interesting is this left prop. It sure looks like it could have injured the driver. But as soon as he hits the car, it looks to me like the left prop stops suddenly, preventing any further injury to the car driver. Here's a look at the ADS-B data. Here's the Merritt Island Airport where the flight originated from and was returning to at the time that apparently both engines failed. Looks like they were doing a training flight in the area, at least over an hour long. And it appears that they were on a straight-in final to land here at Merritt Island when both engines failed and they elected to land on I-95 instead of ditching it into the nearby swamp area. That's going to be of interest to investigators and to a lot of folks that are tired of seeing these airplanes falling out of the sky and landing on cars on busy freeways. And the time they had to work with from altitude of 1,500 feet to being on the ground looks like just over 60 seconds. So not a lot of time to work with. If we take a closer look at this on Google Maps, King Street and 95 area. So looking at the Google Maps, it looks like this was the area that he put it down in on Highway 95, surrounded by a lot of swamp area. So what would you do in that case? Personally, I would make sure there's enough fuel in the aircraft to make sure that we don't have to do a forced landing. WESH2 News says that the Highway Patrol reported two 27-year-old males in the Baron. I wonder if they were two instructors in the military. Whenever we did a instructor flight, the risk assessment numbers went way up. And they were uninjured, and the driver of the vehicle, a 57-year-old woman, was transported to the hospital with minor injuries, and there's the back of her Camry that the Baron struck. Looks like that prop dug in right there, just missing the driver. The Aviation Safety Network reports that the FAA reported that the airplane experienced engine issues before the accident on December 10th, that'd be today. The NTSB added the event on their database as a Class 4 investigation and assigned the defining event as fuel starvation. Here's a link to the preliminary report, which I'm surprised to see out already, but it's just basic information about the aircraft. But I don't see any indication of fuel starvation being reported on this report. The Class 4 just indicates the nature of the investigation. But fuel starvation will definitely do this. Two windmilling engines settling down on I-95. Very, very lucky for that driver. Very unfortunate to have to merge right on top of that car like that. It's amazing the number of accidents that you see that are caused by fuel starvation or fuel exhaustion. Remember, fuel exhaustion is when you exhaust all of the fuel on the aircraft. Fuel starvation means you starve the engines for fuel and there may be trapped fuel in or there may be additional fuel in the other fuel tanks, but due to fuel mismanagement, you've lost power to both engines. Thank you so much for your support of this channel, especially the folks over on Patreon that make this content possible. See you here.